In the Church of St. John the Baptist, which houses the crypt that indicates the birthplace of the precursor of Jesus, the Custos of the Holy Land, Father Francesco Patton, presided over a Mass. In the homily, the priest said that this great saint and prophet helps us understand that every birth is important and must be celebrated with joy and enthusiasm. Every human being, however small, is wonderful in the eyes of God and is called to discover, little by little, the sense of his existence. Everyone has a vocation. At the end of the celebration, the friars sang the Benedictus in the place where 2,000 years ago this prayer was pronounced by Zechariah. Pilgrims, the devout people who travel here, are the ones who do everything. Devotion to St. John goes beyond the official veneration of the Church, and it just steals one's heart. He who announces Christ is a popular saint. St. John's greatness is reflected in his saying, "Here is the Lamb of God who takes away the sins of the world." Today, this announcement can gather all people around the Eucharist. This feast has also stirred great emotion among those who live here.
Living in the Holy Land and sharing everything with the people elected by God, especially here in Ain Karem, is a blessing for me and is very important because it is here where the Messianic project of Jesus began. This makes me very happy.
In Ain Karem, Christians are the minority. The local population is almost entirely Jewish. Our life together, however, is peaceful.
In fact, what's beautiful also to see is that there's a lot of toleration and of dialogue between the different communities here. And that's one of the things I love very much about Ain Karem in general, and about the parish here that's very active in dialogue, as we saw at Mass today with the Hebrew song at the end, which was so beautiful. That's a symbol of the dialogue that's and the cooperation that's happening in this place.
In the context of this dialogue, on the occasion of the celebration of the birth of St. John the Baptist, a congress that introduced the saint to the local people was held at Ain Karem.
Lo scopo di questo incontro è duplice.
The purpose of this meeting is twofold: to celebrate in a Jewish setting, in an environment that is not very familiar with the Catholic Church, its festivals and solemnities, the feast of St. John the Baptist, and to make this Franciscan reality known to the inhabitants of Ain Karem. And this is perhaps even more important.
Quello di far conoscere questa realtà francescana agli abitanti di Ain Karem.
The idea is to open the gates physically and to open the hearts spiritually and to have people meet and mix and hear about the Franciscan order, hear about the church.
I was born here in Ain Karem and I lived most of my life here. And we always came during a Christmas Mass or in Pascha, Easter, just to hear the Mass and have the sounds as a part of a cultural experience, of a multicultural experience in Ain Karem. Monasteries in Ain Karem are a part of the community, and what we want is to try to emphasize and to enhance the relationship and the mutual events between the monasteries and the local community.